What it do? Cash with a K. Back with the Royal Lane podcast. Thank you for joining me. Let's get right into it. So, very few people will understand this. This might be one of the most smartest moves that I've seen in a very, very long time. There's a clip going around, right? Where Pusha T is explaining how his friend got out of prison and instead of getting a job, he entered into the medical transportation company business rather. And that right there tells you everything you need to know about how money is actually moving. So let's get right into it. Check this clip out.
I have this friend, me and him were like super tight. And he ended up having an unfortunate run-in with the law. He goes to jail. He was such a trustworthy person. So he comes out and I'm just like, what's up? What are we doing? He was like, I've been researching medical transportation. Basically, we would get these vans and we would put them with wheelchair lifts and we go pick up people who need rides, elderly, handicapped. I'm like, all right, cool. We get in the car, I go buy 2 vans. Man, that business is 25 vans strong. It's called Caring Hand Medical Transportation. It has helped my mother. It has helped family members, friends. My man, he's running it. His kids are going to college off of it. That business is amazing.
The great thing about this is that healthcare is the biggest business in America by far. It's not even close. That's one of these businesses that nobody's thinking about, especially for rap artists. That's the last business that they think that you would be involved in. You could do other stuff in this world outside of the glitz and glamour, and it's actually more profitable. And
so profitable. That's a message that needs to get out there. People need to understand that it's not all about rapping or balling. You can ball for real outside of actually balling and rapping. It's real businesses out here that you can make real money and be fulfilled doing it.
The medical field. This is interesting.
This is my favorite business.
Now, very few people would hear that and actually understand what just happened. They think he just started a business. No, what actually just took place, this is what very few people understand. He didn't chase money. He positioned himself inside of a system where money already has to move on a day-to-day basis. Let me repeat that. He positioned himself inside of a system where money has to move on a day-to-day basis. Let me break something down so it actually makes sense, right? Medical transportation isn't random. It's not optional. If someone needs to get to the hospital, to rehab, or therefore dialysis, maybe they need to be transported to a different facility. That has to be coordinated. They have to be done professionally, safe, and it's guaranteed money because it's guaranteed movement. Same thing when you're doing medical transportation. UPS has cut ties with Amazon specifically to heighten their ability to transport medical transportation, devices, medicines, and therefore that's transportation. And it's usually paid for by insurance. So as you see, the healthcare industry is one of the biggest industries in the United States. So now you must think, how is this actually being built? He stepped into a system where movement is required. Therefore, payment is already built in. So find solutions where access industries plug in and are income based. That way, you're not trying to chase opportunity, you're creating them. So once you step into something like this, you're in the right direction. It's all based on logistics because it's coordination, it's positioning. Therefore, it's not a job because you're in full control of how everything is moving. Let's take Pusha T, for example. He doesn't try to convince people to buy. He doesn't need to go viral. The demand is already existing. You just have to plug yourself into a system and create the demand for value. So, in the middle of that movement, you're able to control outcomes. And very few people actually ever even get ahead because very few people build with inside of industries that are nonstop. Access industries are what I call them. Freight must moves, medical never stops, food, clothes, all of this is moved by transportation. So position yourself amongst people that are in those industries. because they don't chase money. Instead, we position ourselves around the flow of movement. Therefore, money is already attracted to us. That's why most people stay stuck, because they're resetting their income day after day, month after month, never getting ahead year after year. This is exactly why I teach logistics, because it's the same concept. You don't need to own trucks, a warehouse, or even possess any inventory. You just need access to the system on how to move and operate and conduct freight professionally. That way, you're able to get paid. And how you get paid is simple. The more load you move, the more you get paid. You're getting paid per load. I'm opening up a few spots for people who are actually interested in understanding how they able to earn commission doing this. If you're serious, comment Lane, or you can hit the link in the description where I break it all down step by step. Thank you for joining me on the Royal Lane podcast. We'll bring more information to you in our next video. Have a good one.